Hey y'all, my name is Paul, and let's have a quick conversation. Uh, Man, it's been a while. I got a lot of stuff going on outside of this, so sorry about the lack of content. And today, it's not really planned content either. It's kind of like a quick rant. Yesterday, I saw two channels that I subscribe to report on the same story about a man mysteriously teleporting into the ceiling of a hospital he was recovering from. Now, I don't have all the details, and I didn't look into it very much further because really it's inconsequential to me. I don't care what the guy did for a profession or anything like that. What I'm ranting about, more or less, is how quick people are to jump to the most far fetched explanation for the sake of viewership. Now, Tyler did say, and he mysteriously appeared in the ceiling and wasn't found until 13 days later. But it's like, in the title you said he teleported. Now, did he disappear mysteriously? Or did he teleport? Because if he teleported, mystery solved. It's not a mystery. It's kind of a mystery how he did it. But now, I'm not against the idea of teleportation. I've never heard of it happening, especially spontaneous teleportation. And I say spontaneous because if you were in recovery from surgery, wouldn't you teleport home? And it wasn't even the ceiling right above the room he was in. It was a ceiling in a different part of the room. He went in for abdominal surgery or some shit. He was recovering nicely, expected to survive and thrive, and then disappeared after the nurse was gone for just a minute to get clean linens. Okay, and let me touch on this real quick. Sometimes just a minute is just a minute. But with all of the bathtub drownings, backyard pool drownings, you always hear the parents say, "Well, I was gone just a minute." I have no doubt that's what the nurse told authorities. I was gone just a minute. If he was recovering nicely from his surgery, why would she feel it necessary to limit the amount of time she was gone? He wasn't in critical condition, he was recovering nicely. So I think the just a minute she was gone is not to be taken seriously. I think she was gone for a minute. Could be 5, 7 minutes. But how quick do people jump on this teleportation thing? Okay, first off, let me tell you something. I talked to an engineer, and there's no way that they're going to build a building that has no access to that area. For one, they might need it for pest control. Two, they might need access to it for wiring, or plumbing, or to redo insulation, or to repair the roof from the inside. There's a whole slew of reasons why there would be access to that part of the ceiling. Now, just because the authorities didn't know, they cut out a hole in the ceiling to remove the body. They didn't know, but it doesn't mean nobody else knew where the access was. What I think is a more plausible story, this happened in the Ukraine, so maybe I'm just playing off the stereotypes. Maybe he survived something that he wasn't supposed to survive, and somebody gave a couple of cats the orders to go silence him. Well, leaving a hospital with a dead body, or with a body in general, it's going to raise some flags. And I can't think of too many successful assassins that are successful if they raise flags. So I think it's more feasible that a couple of people went in there, grabbed him, took him to that secluded part, probably beat him in his surgical site till he bled to death internally, and then left, none the wiser. Now that's just an idea that popped into my head. I have no idea if it's true or not. It's all speculation. But I do think that's a much more plausible story than teleportation. We've all heard stories about spontaneous combustion, I'm sure. Teleportation? I'm not sure I've ever heard of any stories on that. And if the guy was going to teleport anywhere, wouldn't he teleport home? Or Bordello? or a beach, not somewhere in the ceiling, nowhere near his room, where he would die alone. I think there's more to the story than what we are told, but don't be so quick to buy into the teleportation story. I mean, for crying out loud. Some people will say anything to make a buck these days. Anyway, it's a Friday night. I'm about to kick some butt. I gotta go, so until then, my name's Paul, and keep your eyes on the skies, but your feet on the ground.